Good morning. Today is Sunday. It's 6:28 a.m. and I got an offer from DoorDash to go to IHOP. I'm going to get $9 for 4.5 miles. Looks like it's going to be a busy day today. It is so early in the morning, and normally I don't get an offer for about 20 or 30 minutes this early in the morning, but I guess there's a lot of people out this morning that want breakfast delivered, so here I am ready to do it. I think one of the tricks to getting offers on DoorDash and Uber Eats is you have to be close to the restaurants, and then you have to be in an area where people use the service, so that you learn that through trial and error. When you first start doing it, like when I first started doing this, I tried driving to a different part of town that had a lot of restaurants, and I thought I would get all this work, and I did not. And it just turned out that that particular area, even though there were lots of restaurants there, the customers or residents in that area did not use a lot of delivery services. So so it took a while before I realized that the area that I deliver in is super popular, I guess, with people using the service, and it probably just has to do with demographics, the age of people, whether or not they are visiting in town as tourists, how much disposable income they have. There's all kinds of reasons why. There are just some areas, I think, where people just are more money conscious, and they try to watch their spending than other places. We got about a 4-minute drive to the IHOP. I don't think it's going to be very busy. I mean, it's still just too early for all the breakfast people on a Sunday to be coming out, so I've got some time. If you're new to doing these delivery apps, you have to take your time when you do it, because there's a learning curve in how to select the right offers so you don't end up driving too far for the money, and of course learning which restaurants are the ones to avoid and the ones that are really quick for pickups. In my area, everything tends to be very fast. People usually in general are very fast to give me the food at these different places. I think the only ones that I have problems with are just the environment is not very good. It's like because this is a casino environment, so there are some places that are like pick up inside of a bar, and they're real smoky in there and they smell. So you've got that problem at some locations, but I don't go to those. If I see an offer come up for some 24-hour bar, I don't accept it, because I don't want my clothes to smell like cigarettes. Arrive at store. another delivery driver is picking up their food. I don't want to park too close to them. I'll go over here. Oop, that's handicapped. I'll go all the way over here. Geez. Take a photo. Photo taken. Confirm. Directions. Alright, we're going 5 minutes, 1.6 miles, and it's going to be a leave at the door. There was a little bit of a wait inside. I think there was like 1 or 2 other delivery drivers inside of the restaurant that were holding me up. God, I hope this guy hurries up and goes. That's the slowest backup reverse I've ever seen. He must have been busy talking to somebody in the car. I'm like, come on, I need to go. Everybody's waiting. We all have places to go. Everybody's driving aggressively this morning. It's Sunday. It's supposed to be friendly drivers, not these monsters on the road. Good Lord. Everybody's driving like their life depends on them getting there as fast as possible. So yeah, there are a couple of other delivery drivers inside, and they were a little bit more aggressive than normal. I think, some people that do this job, they get so impatient with the restaurants that they actually can be a little bit on the rude side to the employees. That's always dangerous to do. A lot of them think there's no consequence to being rude to the people in the restaurants, and they have no idea that the restaurants can report them to the delivery apps and they'll get kicked off the app. They think it's just the customers they have to be nice to, but no, it's both ends. This job, once you learn how to do this job, it's really easy. The only time for even after all the years that I've been doing this job, and I've been doing this for, I don't know how long now, maybe 4 years. As long as I've been doing it, as long as I stay in my neighborhood, I'm okay. If I go to a different neighborhood to do this job, it's like doing this job brand new again. Because it's not just the process of the pickup and the drop off. It's also being familiar with the patterns of the traffic lights and secret back roads. There's also understanding how to get into certain gated communities and complexes. It's coming up here on the left, and I'm trying to figure out where I need to make my U-turn. Oh, okay. Next turn, I'm going to make a U-turn and double back. Yeah, so I always try to just stay in my zone. I've never had a reason to go outside of my zone, though. There's plenty of work here for me, in my opinion, at least in the mornings when I work. It's going to be this house straight ahead. Oh no. See, I'm already getting confused. I believe it's this house straight ahead. Oh I almost made the wrong turn. Grab the food. Thank you. It's gonna be leave at the door. Okay, that was an easy drop off. The only problem was it was windy. It's currently 53 degrees, sunny, clear, and a very chilly wind. I guess I'll make a right. And I'll probably park it. There's a McDonald's at the corner. I'll probably park there for a little bit. Usually I'll get something from McDonald's if I'm patient. That or probably some shopping order at Albertsons or something. I try to keep my miles to a minimum by parking and waiting. I used to just go home, but I've been trying to save more miles. For about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, nothing came in. Wait, is something coming in? $10.75 for 8 miles. No, that ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna head back towards the IHOP, or was just at, because that seemed to be a hot place to get offers. And I'm not that far from there, so I'm gonna slowly make my way over to that area and see if I can get a better offer or get a decent offer worth taking. McDonald's is empty right now. There's nobody in the McDonald's parking lot, which is really weird. Let's see, I'm getting something from Vons. $10 for 10 miles. Goodbye. So I'm just looking for offers that are $2 for every mile, or at least close to it, where they're gonna keep me in my zone. Something reasonable. So now I'm just gonna head towards the IHOP, and then I'm gonna park at the IHOP and wait for something to come in. There's a coffee shop there. There's 2 coffee shops, or actually 3. There's Starbucks near there. There's Coffee Madness, and then there is the Coffee Class. So there's lots of opportunities once I get back over there. $4 for 5 miles. So right now all I'm doing is I'm trying to limit the number of miles I'm dead miling, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm not earning any money for the miles I'm driving right now, but I'm trying to get back close to a restaurant or stores that I know are usually busy. And that way I have a better chance of being offered something, because the closer you are to the restaurants, the better chance you have of getting offered something. And of course the miles tend to be more fair because you're so close to the restaurant. It's more than highly likely you're going to get something that's reasonable in terms of money to mile ratio. I'm just gonna park here and once again wait about 5 or 10 minutes, and after this I'm gonna head back towards home. I was here for another 5 minutes and nothing came in, so it's time to head back towards home. It looks like this was a one-off, that there was a short burst of a rush for some early morning breakfast orders, but now the demand has died off. Either that, or all these delivery drivers decided this morning was the day they were going to make a lot of money, and they all thought the same thing, and there's too many of us delivery drivers out here at the moment. And that happens sometimes, especially on a Sunday morning when everybody has the day off. A lot of people wake up thinking, oh, everybody's gonna want breakfast early in the morning and I've got nothing to do because it's Sunday morning. And that causes a problem, because there's just too many of us out here trying to make money. If it gets really slow, then I just always head back home. So I'll do a delivery and I'll immediately just drive back home, and I'll just have the app on while I'm watching TV or doing stuff around the house until I hear the chime of the phone telling me there's a good offer coming in. Then I'll race back out to do one, and then I'll do it again. I'll go back home and do the same thing again. Sundays are normally really busy, but you can never say 100% because this job, everything always changes at a moment's notice. It can go from being completely slow to super busy in seconds, and vice versa. $5, 1.8 miles, Starbucks. Turn the car around. We got something, or I'm trying to get something. I got it. I'm gonna pause my other app. I paused DoorDash because we got something from Uber Eats. And let me tell you the details. There's for 1.8 miles to go to Starbucks. Those are the details. So this is a very fair offer. 1.8 miles for $5. I'm getting $2 for every mile, so it's very fair. It's just, unfortunately, it's a very low dollar offer, and it's at the very bottom minimum of what I'll accept. Sometimes if I'm really desperate, I'll take something in a high $4 range. I'll take like a $4.70 offer. Not a $4.50 offer, but something in the high fours. Someone posted a comment in one of my videos that they like the long ones, and I was glad to hear that. That's what I like making lately, is the long form videos. That car is a beater. The car looked like it was beaten up big time. We made it. Let's go get it. No waiting on the order. Alright. I've secured the order in the delivery bag. And now in the app, I'm going to verify the order verify, complete the pickup. And I'm going to a house, and it is 0.5 miles from here, a 2-minute drive, and it is a leave at the door. Since the offer is so close to this Starbucks, I'll either park somewhere in that neighborhood that I'm going to drop off at, like a few houses down, or somewhere where, you know, I don't look like a stalker. And I will wait 5 minutes, and if there's no place to park, I'll just head back over to that Starbucks and park and wait for the 5 minutes. And then after that, head home, I guess, if nothing comes in. This is it right here. Thank you. So leave at the door. Alright, let me see if there's a place to park here that's inconspicuous. Well, I don't really see anything, so I'm gonna head back over to the Starbucks. I don't see any place to park that really could be a good place to park. All I'm trying to do is not waste miles on the car. Maybe I can park in here. I gotta position my car close to the road because the app is very particular. Oh, I guess right here would be fine. Alright, I'll just wait here for 5 minutes. Well, I waited 5 minutes. Nothing came in. I did get good news about that IHOP order. The customer added an additional $2 to the tip. So I'm now, that was $9. So that's $11 I got for that offer. $5.50, 5 miles, DoorDash. No, $4.52, 3.6 miles. No. It's like the moment I start moving my car, suddenly offers come in. I don't know if that's a coincidence or if that's an algorithm. I don't know. That I sometimes wonder about. It's like, if my car is moving, do I get a higher chance of receiving offers rather than just sitting? I've never been able to verify that theory. $6, 8 miles. Got the next offer from Uber Eats. I'm gonna go to Sprouts Farmers Market. I'm gonna shop for 17 items and get $32.06 for 8.9 miles. Wow, this is a really generous one. This will take me to, let's see, I made 11 plus 5, 16 on the last two. Gosh, that almost takes me to $50 already. After this delivery, I'll be only $2 away from my $50 goal. And the time is only 7:20 a.m. This could be one of the fastest goal achieving times in a long time. I don't know what the record is. I don't know if I've ever made like $50 in 1 hour. I don't think I have. I think maybe in an hour and a half I've made $50 before, but not in 1 hour. Yeah, let me look and see if I'm shopping for anything difficult. It's not heavy or difficult. I don't see anything hard in the shopping list, so just a very kind customer who's trying to help out us little people who do this job. Sometimes people tip really big because they're just generous people, and they know that the delivery drivers, we don't get any money. We're just doing this job, just trying to get some cash. So they recognize that. They're like, well, we appreciate you coming, working on an early Sunday morning when everybody else is at home laying around their houses, that you're out there trying to make a buck. So sometimes you get a generous customer who's like, they want to appreciate you, give you that extra money to show you that you're a necessary part of the system in getting stuff done. And I'll take it. I appreciate it. But see how mysterious this job is? How just a few moments ago I was just sitting in a parking lot talking about how slow it was, and I was just gonna go home because there were no offers coming in. And then all of a sudden, like a lottery ticket, this offer comes in that's gonna nearly complete my entire day's goal. You just never know. Alright, we're here at Sprouts. Let's start the shopping. Salsa hot. Salsa medium. Nuts for cheese. Organic celery. Pico de gallo. Miyoko's plant-based butter. Char entertainment crackers. Deli style sourdough. Spicy jalapeno. They want 4 of them. Unreal chocolates. Avocado oil chips. Organic peanut butter cups. Dark chocolate rice cakes. Tropical sorbet. Impossible burger patties. We're going to be going a 14-minute drive, 7.2 miles. A house, leave at the door. Please leave on Matt. Thank you so much. No, thank you so much. It's going to make my day really short. Gonna get me off the road much quicker than normal. Usually I'm on the road for about two and a half. Well, I'm online 2.5, 3 hours, or actively working 2.5, 3 hours. Online time can vary. Sometimes it's 2.5, 3 hours online, and sometimes it can be 5 hours online waiting for a good offer to come in. Just depends. I was able to get everything the customer wanted except for one item. It was some type of vegan cookie. I could not find it. I looked where the cookies were. I looked where the kosher stuff was. I looked in the end caps. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find it. I'm sure maybe it was in the middle of the store, but as I made my way across to the Impossible Burgers, I looked at the middle aisles briefly to see if I saw anything that had the word Toto in it, because that was the brand name. I didn't see anything. So one item I did not get, and I don't think it's going to significantly affect the tip. I don't think that was a high ticket item. It wasn't like it was meat or or a large quantity of something. Yeah, I think I'll be all right. I never worry about that when I'm doing DoorDash because they always pay the full amount on DoorDash. But on Uber Eats, a lot of times the tip is based on a percentage of the total amount that you spend at the market. So that can really mess things up. Uh-oh, somebody got pulled over. They were probably going way too fast. Yeah, they were probably going way too fast. It's easy to go fast on these roads because there's nobody on the road. So you think you can go like 55 miles an hour when the speed limit is 35. Every time I drop off an order, I always look to see where I'm dropping off at and what my next strategy is going to be after I drop off the items. So I have to figure out whether or not I'm just going to directly head back home, or where's the nearest hotspot to go to after I drop off the order. For this drop off, I'm going to be way up in Anthem, and the nearest drop off is usually the Albertsons. There's an Albertsons shopping center up there where sometimes I'll get a grocery order, or there's a Starbucks there, there's a CVS, and then there is a Roberto's Mexican restaurant. So usually one of those places is a possibility that I might get when I'm up there. So that's usually what I do when I'm up in that area and I've completed the order. The Sprouts Market this morning was really quiet. There was hardly anybody in there. I keep hearing about supply chain shortages and people worried about the economy. So I'm always watching in the real world here in Vegas whether or not it's hitting in this part of the country or not. And I know based on history, it'll happen real suddenly. There'll be like a hard breaking of people's spending. So it'll go from everything's fine one day to the following day. Suddenly there's no work, nobody's spending. It's like everybody gets the message at the same time. I'm not exactly sure why that happens, but that happened in the last few times that there's been economic turmoil. I go to the markets all the time, I'll be one of the first ones to know when there's a supply chain problem because there won't be anything on the shelves when I try to do my job. The area that I work in is very wealthy, so people have a lot of money in this part of Vegas. So I don't think I'm gonna see too much hardship going on. I think one of the things that just people do is they just close their wallets up. They just don't spend. Even wealthy people during hard times, they just stop spending. They stop spending on luxury things. They stick to the basics. A lot of the people that live here in Vegas come from other parts of the country or other parts of the world, and they come here to retire or to run their businesses remotely because there's no state income taxes, and you're still logistically close to everything because the airport is easy to get to, and you can easily fly to wherever you need to get your business done. Vegas is one of those rare places where you can live like you're very wealthy here without spending a huge amount of money like you would in California or New York. But you still get all the amenities like you're living in a big city because, it's the entertainment. What do they call it? The entertainment capital of the world. We have all the big, the big things that happen in the country, sport, entertainment of all different types. And the weather here, of course, it's just about always sunny. So that draws a lot of people too, because most parts of the country you get winters that are very long and depressing. About 4 minutes away from the drop-off, and it's 8:01 a.m. It's so early. If I get one more, I could be done by 9. So 6:30. If I started at about 6:30, 7:30, no, it's still too. It seems like no matter what I do, it always comes out to about 2.5 hours. Guy is driving so slow. I'd go around, but the turn's coming up next, and I don't want to cut him off. This is a 45-mile-an-hour road, and he's going 38 miles an hour. I'm letting him just pull away because I'm in no hurry. So go ahead. I'll drive even slower. I'm gonna have to make 2 trips to the car to drop these groceries off. There's just too many for me to carry. This customer bought a lot of celery, 5 bunches of celery. They must have one of those juicers that they use to make their stuff. This guy's a terrible driver. I don't have any gate codes or anything, so there shouldn't be a gate. This should be a simple pull up and drop it off. So I'm going to be basically less than a mile from the Albertsons. So that's where I'm going to go as soon as I drop this off. If you're new to doing this job, the first thing you want to do is just don't multi-app at first. First, just do one app. Do DoorDash only, do Uber Eats only. Don't try to get fancy and try to do both right away. It'll stress you out. You want to first do one app and learn how to use it really well. Then take your time and learn to use the other app, because the interfaces are very different from each other. Even though it's the same process for either DoorDash or Uber Eats, operating the app, each one is different from the other one, so it can be very confusing at first when you're trying to make money. Oh good, there's no gate. I've been to this house before, but it's been a while. Is it this one? No. Is it gonna be this one around the corner? Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. All right, here we go. Thank you. Oh, I think I can carry all of them. Oh my God. That was an easy $32, wasn't it? Doesn't get any easier than that. Some delivery drivers are afraid to shop at Sprouts because it's so confusing. But you gotta learn it, because that's where the big money is. All the rich people love to shop at Sprouts because they have those items that nobody else has. They have these very unique, one-of-a-kind health food style items. Kind of like a Trader Joe's. I try to always show you guys the different items that I'm shopping for, because you can see a lot of the items at Sprouts you can't get at other markets. They're very unusual. So the next stop is going to be Albertsons, and I'm going to park and wait 5 minutes. I want to give the app a chance to give me something while I'm in this area. Because if I leave this area, it's about a 5-mile drive all the way back to my next parking spot, and that's a long way to go for no money. I would much rather park here and wait 5 minutes and possibly get something than immediately leave this area and waste 5 miles of my car's life. I always try to think of this of this job in terms of exchanging miles on my car for money, not my time. Because if I think about the time that I have to give up for this job, it's ridiculous. You know, just the sitting around waiting for an offer is ridiculous. So you have to think of it almost like, you know how you could collect aluminum cans and you turn them in for money. It's kind of like that. You know, you don't count the time you spend collecting the aluminum cans. You spend the time thinking about how much your cans are worth, and when you turn them in, how much money you're gonna get. So that's how I try to think of it as. I think of it as me turning in the miles on my car in exchange for money. And usually I get about $1.50, $1.60 in the end for every mile I exchange. I'm still here in the Albertson Shopping Center, which is great news. We're gonna go next to Starbucks. I'm gonna get $7.14 for 2.1 miles. This is a really good deal. And I'll hit my $50 goal, so you know what that means. We're already done. After this one, I can go home. And it's 8:12 a.m. right now, so I should be home by 8:30. That is great news. I love it when the day ends early. Are you crossing? Oh yeah, she's crossing. Sometimes I can't tell if they're crossing. Like usually they'll make eye contact with me and then cross. This lady did not. She looked away and then crossed. And the Starbucks is here in the shopping center, so I don't have to feel like I'm rushed. Like, oh, it's so far, I gotta get over to the pickup. It's just over here, just across the way. And at this Starbucks, you pick up at the cash register, not at the pickup counter, which is really weird. All right, we're here. Let's go get it. All right, I got the order. There was no waiting. Secure the order so it doesn't tip over. Plug your phone in. 6-minute drive. It's a house, and it is a meet at the door. Wow, that's unusual. Where am I going? Okay. I should know. Every time I'm in this area, every delivery is for this area. It rarely ever takes me out of this zone. Special instructions? None. Just a meet at the door. Okay. So after I drop off this order, I'm going to leave the app on and start making my way back towards home. And I may just do one more because it'll be an offer that will take me back closer to home. Turn. I can see they still haven't finished working on the traffic circle. They're still reconstructing it. They're gonna tear out the traffic circle ahead and put just a regular signal light. There have been too many accidents. So the city decided to scrap the idea of a traffic circle over here. I wish every day was like this. I would work longer and increase my goal if every day was like this, but there are some days where it is just so slow with this job. You don't make any money. And you never know what day it's gonna be. Like if I knew for sure every weekend it was gonna be busy, I would just work the weekends. But there are some weekends it's really slow and there is no work. So I've got to do it every morning. I got to do this routine, and I try to think of it like going fishing every morning. It's like I'm taking my fishing pole out and trying to catch some fish. And however many fish I catch for that day, that's what I caught. And it all averages out. Some days you catch 3 fish, some days you catch 10 fish, some days you don't catch any fish. But you average it out. I think I've been over here before. I think there's like a special ramp or something to cut a... Yeah, there it is. There's a little exit point right there that I'll take to get out of here. It's not even like a road. It's like a little hump in the road, and it's a shortcut to get back out of here. There it is. Turned around. Here we are. Thank you. Customer didn't show up to the door. I said I've arrived, I knocked. So then I just sent them a message that says I will leave it at the door. Sometimes the customers normally put meat at the door, but then there are other times they decide, no, I don't want to, but they forget to change it in the app. And that causes problems. Look at how weird, this is like a sidewalk turn, but the GPS says I can do this, so I do it. Ugh. Very weird. Alright, now I'm just gonna start making my way back towards home, I guess, yeah. Because I've hit the goal. I have about a 6-mile drive to get back home. I'll just try to go on cruise control and just take it slow. Maybe something else will come in that'll be worth it. Another nice thing about living in Vegas is that it doesn't rain very often. So I rarely have to deal with bad weather when I'm driving. Oh, something's coming in. Shop for 31 items for $10. No thanks. That's a ripoff. A lot of delivery drivers, they gotta drive in really dangerous weather. They gotta drive when the roads are wet and flooded, and then there's tornado warnings and heavy snow and hail. It's like, wow. I couldn't do this job in any other place but here. I think more people who are retired in the future are going to be doing this type of work just for the purpose of having extra income. Because a lot of people, they don't have enough money to survive on. So they need something else to do to make up for the deficit that they have in their income. And this is an easy job. This is the kind of job where it works out. It's a match for people who are retired but need a little bit of extra money. I think the only part that's a negative is you're doing wear and tear on your car, and a lot of people can't afford to handle that kind of maintenance on their vehicle because they don't have a good vehicle to begin with. I kind of budgeted myself so that this car would last for so long, and then I'm just going to get another one after I'm done. I have it all set up in my whole financial planning strategy that this car should last so long, and then that's when it'll be time to get another one. And then I'll just keep doing this until I just can't do it anymore, or until something, until things change. You know how the world is always changing. There may be other circumstances that will cause this type of work to disappear. The only real threat to this vanishing would be robots, automation. If there's some type of technology with self-driving vehicles combined with robots, then this would become obsolete. Because even if there's self-driving vehicles, a self-driving vehicle can't shop. You have to have somebody do the shopping. The employees inside most grocery stores, they don't have the manpower to do the shopping for people that order online. Look at Sprouts. There's no grocery pickup at Sprouts. You have to do all the shopping yourself. Even at Vons, they have such high demand that they have to have delivery drivers come in to do the shopping, and then there are some orders that they can handle that they'll have employees inside the market do the shopping. But for the most part, there's too much demand. People like the convenience of having somebody else do their shopping and picking up their food. The ones that have to be worried right now are the Uber and Lyft drivers. They have to worry about that because there's so much potential for self-driving vehicles to take their jobs. The only thing I think that's going to prevent that problem from happening is sanitation. When I did Uber and Lyft and I drove people around, people are filthy. People are not able to keep cars clean. $12 to shop for 31 items. No. People are filthy. They leave trash in the car and they smell. They're really gross. Just think about public restrooms, how filthy public restrooms are, and how human beings have to regularly clean the public restrooms. And if they don't, the restrooms get filthy so fast because they're so not respectful of public restrooms. So you can imagine how filthy a self-driving car would get on the Las Vegas Strip just after a few rides, after like maybe 5 or 6 rides, how filthy the vehicle would be. So that's why I think Uber and Lyft drivers don't have much to worry about. The novelty of self-driving vehicles is not going to replace traditional human beings from doing that job. They'll just supplement. There'll just be a certain percentage of rides that are self-driving, and the majority of them are still going to be human beings driving the vehicles. I mean, unless there's going to be like a new job where there's going to be designated human beings that are checking the vehicles when they arrive at certain destinations to clean them out. That's possible. There could be this whole industry of janitor services for self-driving cars. $3, 5 miles. I'm almost at my spot where I'm just going to turn the app off. I got a couple more lights to go and then I'm going to shut her off. I made my money. Come on, guy. The light's green. I waited the designated 3 seconds for you to go.